This is not very exciting, and this really is mostly for me. You can see right there, we got a little basil plant planted today. We got some dill planted in the back. I forgot what we planted up here in this corner, but I planted something there. We planted some Japanese water iris that look amazing, so hopefully those will go good. And then some it's like lobella right there, that little dinky tiny plant. Well, this is going to be an interesting spring, because when it comes up, then I'll remember what we planted. Oh yeah, we got lettuce over here. As you can see, it's just flourishing. And then we got some spinach. We got some spinach growing here for plop eye. We got ourselves a little early girl tomato right there. We got a super fantastic or something growing right there. Can't remember what we grew there, but it's going to be amazing, I'm sure. That thing will fill up this whole cage right here. It'll take that whole box up. Learn the hard way. With these, you don't plant more than one in there. And then we got ourselves carrots and beets. This apple tree, I've never ever seen so many apples on it before that are pollinated. So I'm pretty stoked. Last year we hardly had any, and this year this tree is gonna be so overloaded. These poor little branches, I'm gonna have to thin it out. But we've got a little mound of dirt back there. That's got something growing in it. So it's either summer squash or pumpkin. We've got ourselves a Roma 3 tomato, whatever that means. We got ourselves 4 rows of beans. I did not ask the missus how many rows of beans she wanted. Usually we've just done 1, and hopefully she's happy with my little take on how many beans we should have grown. By the windmill, behind the windmill, we've got some pumpkins of some sort. I can't remember what kind. And a little peach tree volunteer, got a few of those. I'm just letting them grow. And then we've got some other type of squash vine growing there. Once again, I can't remember if that's probably gotta be a pumpkin in there. Planted a border along here of, what do we call those things? Those little orange things. Not cosmos, not dandelions. You don't plant dandelions. Got these green onions I plant around the fruit trees to help keep bugs away, and also it's a good place for them. But they have been in our family for 3, 4, 5 generations. And then we planted this little pot here. When the flowers start growing and maturing, it should fill in quite nicely. If it doesn't, I'll blame it on someone else, even though I'm the one that planted it. I think that's cucumbers in that little spot, and more of those flowers. I can't remember what they're called. Started this last year, and it looks like it's taken off, doing really good. That is not Swiss chard, that is strawberry rhubarb. And then we got a bunch of strawberries. I had to put this electric fence up because sheepdog was running back and forth here and took out about 2/3 of the strawberry crop over the winter. And then way in the back, you can't really see it, but there is a giant plant of this strawberry rhubarb. It's got a little bit more lobella that we planted, some iris that'll be gorgeous when they come up. Looks like the raspberries are taken off. This is garlic, but it's garlic from like the store. And I guess store-bought garlic doesn't really ever turn into anything, so it just keeps coming back year after year. It's pretty, and I've actually never, ever used it. So maybe one of these days I'll test it out and see how it works. Truthfully, I have no idea what this is. I must have planted it because it's there. More strawberries, hosta, grasses, the hollyhocks. They're kind of like a pioneer era flower. When they came out here, it was one of the flowers the pioneers used. They're gorgeous. Look at that bush right there, loaded to the hilt with currant berries. Oh man, that is gonna be such good jam and jelly. I just gotta make it. Now that I think about it, I forgot to make jelly with the stuff I froze last year. Well, somebody's got to get their little button gear. Got more irises. And then right here, we got the trifecta. I believe over here we've got the cantaloupe, back there we've got some type of pumpkin, and here we got some type of summer squash in case the other summer squash gets eaten by beetles. There is the garden update the day before Mother's Day. Out here in Utah, you plant after Mother's Day. That's usually the best bet you have for not having the frost to come in and kill your plants. And right now I'm like 99% sure it was the bug poison I mixed earlier last week or a couple weeks ago, but second guessing that a little bit, and I am hoping that it wasn't Roundup. Right there we got a little aphid farm going. That aphid's still moving around, so apparently poison hasn't kicked in just yet. If that turns out to be Roundup, I'm gonna blame it on the dog. Now the question is why would I do a garden update right now? Well, it's because my brother, who lives in Texas, he's been harvesting all sorts of veg and deliciousness out of his garden. So that's the main part of it. It's just so that he can laugh at me and send me a little text saying, hey, look at this delicious tomato I'm eating right now. Still 2 to 3 months out. It's gonna be probably end of July before I start harvesting anything off of this little guy. Well, as they say in Texas, keep your stick on the ice.